Well, let's try to get through this as fast as possible. The newest Hellboy movie, The Crooked Man, was recently released today on Amazon Prime. Directed by Brian Taylor, most notable director for hits like Gamer. If that tells you anything about the quality of the film, the acting, the budget, all of this was honestly the worst aspect of this movie. The only positive is that it's a new Hellboy movie after 5 years. The previous one, I wasn't really a fan of. I thought Jack Kesey maybe was a little miscast for this role, just because of all the Hellboy iterations and what little comic knowledge I have. He's not the right build. I don't know much. That's all I'm going off of, is just the build of the character, because usually he's very muscular. Oh man, this movie was so boring. It follows Hellboy as well as a new rookie as they travel through 1950s Appalachia and have to deal with the Crooked Man. And oh my god, this movie was a slog to get through. The runtime? The runtime was an hour and a half. The runtime was an hour and a half, alright? I've watched far longer movies. Hell, the longest movie I've watched to date was Return of the King last year with the extended cut. That was 4.5 hours. It went by easy. Super easy.
This movie was bad.
From the terrible visual effects to the god-awful editing, and at times, I honestly thought I was watching a fan film just because of how it looked, how uninteresting the premise was to me. How boring the Crooked Man is. I don't know if that's a good interpretation. This is the very first time we've seen that character on screen. What else can I really say? The movie was just a waste of time. $20 down the drain to watch this movie. I probably should have finished pirating it, honestly. This movie was such a letdown, and I don't really want to badmouth it too much because this, oh my god, dude. It's just, I wasted my time. I want my hour and a half back, and to be honest, I skipped a good majority of this movie. There were about 40 minutes left of the film, but honestly, I couldn't get through it because I was just so bored. The opening few minutes were fine, and then it focuses on this group of characters, and a wishbone. Obviously, the very first Hellboy movie that we got in 2004 is superior. The Golden Army I haven't seen in a little while. It had some nice moments in it. Still looked better. You know when horror movies do that weird key pluck noise in the music? There was too much of it, too many tropes. But god, the editing. There is a scene where a woman is being assaulted by a python. That's the best way I can describe it. No joke. In less than 10 seconds, there's at least 10 or 15 cuts of the woman just floating in midair with this python going in and out of her. Editing's awful. I don't know who was director of editing, but they did a bad job. Please avoid this movie if you can, because I wish I did. I really gave it a lot of hope. All right, bye.